The Reasonable Ignorance Podcast is the best podcast of all podcasts, point blank and period. And your podcast is Dumpster Fire Trash.
Wait a minute, cut this shit.
Man, what you gonna do now?
Now that I've got your attention, what's good with it, people? I am the infamous Joe Blacula. Cue my drop.
Joe
Blacula.
Good looking out. The point of me making this video is to show the brothers from the Reasonable Ignorance Podcast that I'd either make a good guest or a good standby / contributor to the show. Anybody or everybody can send a damn email or DM. Yeah, but anybody or everybody can't do this though. Now, please allow me to run down my history. Once again, I am Joe Blacula.
Joe
Blacula.
Jonathan Orrin Whitaker. I am Jonathan 2X in the Nation of Islam. Registered FOI. Everyone calls me JB. I absolutely do not like being called Joe. I was born on November 9th, 1973, so do the math on the age. Born and raised in the Greater Grand Crossing, the 60619. Lived in that grid from 1973 to 2003. Greater Grand, Chatham Village, Avalon Park, Lion City, Sircon City. Stalk north to south from 63rd to 95th. From state to Jeffrey, you dig. 77th and Dobson, 7653 to be exact. Proud product of Hirsch Metropolitan School of Communications back in 1987 when it was a high school of communications. Whoa, I was a freshman in 87, not that I graduated in 87. Let's be clear on that, damn it. Luther South, Columbia College, and Kennedy King. Let's run down that music resume. I'm cut from that 80s b-boy cloth. 88.5 WHPK Wednesday, Friday night shows. JP Chill, Chili Q, K-Ill, the Hip Hop Gandhi. Raised as a DJ, had one Newmark, one rebuilt Technique 12. I've been a music producer since 1990. My mother used to buy me those Casio keyboards every Christmas from like 1980 to 1987. That Casio SK1 was a beast, my first sampler. Man, Sensonic drums. I've been considered a professional since 1994 because that's when I got my first check. Once again, I am a music producer. I don't make beats. I'm a music producer. I don't make beats.
Joe
Blacula.
Ay, I got a ton of feeling, fam, I'm past incredible. I'm like 100 milligrams, a half a edible. And I ain't even signed a yay, and I'm this good. You probably think a chick could, I wish a bitch would. They be all about that bull, but I be undeniable. My grandmama told me God would be my one provider. They read the papers, they caught the vapors. They turned the haters, cause I was major. They told my neighbors, they read the papers. They were the haters, cause I was major.
I know that y'all brothers know the difference. Met Samuel Lindley, also known as the legendary Trackster, at Hirsch Metropolitan in 1987. Joined him in the group LOC, or Land of Confusion, in 1989-1990. I'd like to think that I helped him create or mold what became the Chicago sound in the 90s. The city ain't been the same since, and I am proud of that. Met Derek Dudley and Lonnie Rashid Lynn in 1988 at Luther South in the group CDR. CDR stood for Corey, Dion, and Rashid. Dion spelled backwards is no ID. I am part of the Creative Foundation of Creators Way Associated Labels, or CWAL, as I'm sure that y'all brothers already know what that acronym means. Un-American Caravan, Ill State Assassin, Shyrock Nation affiliate. Got those D to the S dedicated to the streets credits. It's doomsday when my tunes play. Rest in peace always, K-Tone. D.A. Smart, Do or Die, Psychodrama, Speed Not Ballers before they were the mobsters. Erica Kane, ask KX Illa what I've contributed to his career. DJ Sluggo, Tego 1s and 2s. Tego went to Hirsch as well. Fahim, Big Rap, Leroy Lucky Burton, Diggler Films, Marv Dyson, Warner Saunders, Terradome. I've been ghost producing and signing work for hires and NDAs since the 90s. Trust when I say that you have heard at least 15 to 30 songs that I have produced since 1997 that I can't speak on publicly till about 2028. But the shrinking ASCAP royalties, god damn it. But the shrinking ASCAP royalties hit my account. God damn it, woman. But the shrinking ASCAP royalties hit my Chase account about 4 times a year. I beg you, ask any of them about JB. I got decades of credits earned with all of them. My rep is solid. please do the homework. I'm 2, if not 3 degrees off of anyone that's anybody in this cesspool music game in the city of Chicago, and damn it, I'm still at it. Yeah, I'm dope with this music shit, bro. Like every old nigga say, I'm better now than I was 30 years ago. Yeah, well, actually I am. The technology finally caught up with the skill set. I'm a sound engineer, videographer, Final Cut Pro certified video editor. I was a producer / editor for a radio show on WKKC that evolved into a TV show called Focus Talk with Dennis Snipe for about 3 years. Did all of the visuals, all of the edits, set up the cameras in HD1 for WKKC for that show. Graphic designer, webmaster, and a newly accredited certified Rotten Tomatoes movie reviewer. Check out a few of my movie reviews on my YouTube channels. Hopefully JDI will co-sign that I kind of know what I'm talking about on my movie reviews. I got my master's in mass media communications. A content creator, a content provider, whatever the hell. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Bottom line is that I make dope shit on the daily. Hopefully I still got your attention. Just stall me out for a few more. In 2023, I am all about podcasts. I love them. I'm currently subscribed to about 40 podcasts. Got a daily list. Start my morning off with Around the Horn, PTI, First Take. Ain't a fan too much of Stephen A. Smith these days. That dude annoys the hell out of me. Always cutting folk off. Gotta always be right. Always gotta have the last word. On the slick, that's why he got Max Kellerman off of First Take. I digress, but back to Stephen A. Smith. Charlemagne the God does the exact same thing all the time as well. Always gotta be right. Always gotta have the last word. And I hate it when people do that. I heard a saying back in the day that says, just because you loud don't make you right. Stephen A. always gonna let you know before he goes in on an athlete about his personal connection with him, right before he starts roasting him. That gets on my damn nerves. I don't like that shit. But basically, I got my sports pods that I listen to. My afternoons is entertainment, Ebro in the morning, Breakfast Club, evening, Aries Spears, Bill Burr. I like funny, angry white people. During the week, Corey Holcomb, 5150, definitely top tier on my list. Brilliant Idiots, Drink Champs. Man, sidebar, I don't know why it bugs the hell out of me when people call DJ EFN DJ Effin. That goes to show that guest, whoever says that, does not listen to the pod. $1 million worth of game. My sincere condolences and sympathy goes out to Gilly the Kid's family, man. He lost his son, Cheese. But with that being said, I have been kinda out on the show since the beginning of 2023. I also agree with the brothers from Reasonable Ignorance because Gilly do be kinda coning from time to time. Gil bases a lot of his comments to either competitors or whoever the hell it is about money and material things, which means he's just now getting something that's worth anything. Plus, I really don't like it when he be calling out the old B-boys, talking about how we ain't embracing the youth with what they're doing to the music part of the culture, calling us haters. Just because we got a problem with something does not mean that we haters. I wish cats would stop that. Or maybe we are. Keeping it moving though, the Is What It Is pod with Cam and Mace is at the top of my pod list. Them two dudes with Stat Baby are hilarious. The pause button stays active. They keep my attention with whatever the hell they're talking about, and is the only current pod besides Reasonable Ignorance that I look forward to weekly. My 9 to 5 is that I am a security guard for the Cook County Health and Hospital Systems on the west side of Chicago. I work in what is formerly known as a psych ward, but is now known as behavioral health. Man, me and that word behavioral. In August of 2022, I think that's when it was, me and my co-worker buddy Shay Bands was talking about podcasts and whatnot and how I like them, and she pulled my coattails that her uncle was on one of them. I ain't think too much about it because y'all know like I do, everybody and their mama got a damn podcast. But no, I said let me check it out. I did. I finished the first episode, went all the way back to about January of 2020, and I'm still listening, ain't looked back since. Every week I listen to whatever the new episode is. Then I go back and pick up an episode from one of the past years that I hadn't heard yet. At some point, I'm gonna wind up listening to all of them and be completely caught up. And dig, Shay Band's uncle is Magic Mike, and I'm the one that Mike mentioned on the Dick Don't Work, Start Reading the Bible episode.
Big shout out to Shay Bands too.
Tastes like what?
Shay Bands and the office she work at over there on the west side. I think his name is Jonathan, her partner. They're gonna do a podcast together too. So big shout out to them. He's a listener, reoccurring every week. He's a faithful listener too to the podcast.
Appreciate that.
Put him on it. Yeah, I put him on it. I'm sorry. He the one that blew the whistle on him and let him know that I was moving to Houston when I said it that podcast.
A little while back, I was telling my bro Reggie about the pod. Come to find out that Reggie went to Southern Illinois with Jamal, and my bro Reg and Jamal were in their mutual friend Rodney's wedding. My brothers, there is no such thing as coincidences on this planet. The world is small as hell, fellas. Man, I'm just not realizing this goddamn ceiling fan is on. One of my favorite episodes so far was when the brothers first started roasting JDI. I think that was early in January or February of 2023. That was when he first mentioned about the whole Puerto Rican demo. I was in tears the way he was yelling at them. And I don't know if that was Coach Mo or B. Able, but one of y'all did an impression of Willie Wilson on an episode that damn near made me piss on myself laughing. I can listen to that imitation all damn day. So once again, I'm a sports dude. I love watching football. The NBA, not so much, because, yeah, I just don't like what I see anymore. But I can listen to cats in the know talk about what they know, and that's how I stay in tune. I ain't gonna watch NBA on TNT, the actual games, but I'm gonna watch Ernie, Kenny, Shaq, and Chuck after the fact on YouTube. And I'm definitely gonna listen to the brothers on Reasonable Ignorance as far as what's going on with the NBA with the Bulls and what's going on with the NFL with the Bears. Yeah, damn what anybody else is saying on Chicago sports radio. I'm good, fam. In conclusion, whenever you hear me say that, that means I'm in the process of landing the plane. So look, here's my point for all of this, and thank you very, very much for stalling me out. At the end of several of the episodes, Jamal had made mention to hit up the Gmail to make mention about being a guest on the show. And this is my way of hitting y'all up to make mention that I want to be a guest on the show. I know I could be a great guest. Like I said, I was a producer, editor, manager, executive producer for Focus Talk and Focus Talk TV with Dennis Snipe on WKKC. If you send me the topic in the thread, I will be prepared. I think I figured out how the process goes as far as how everybody contributes into the pot to make sure the show does what it does on a weekly basis, and I am all about contributing to the cause. This is a man's show where a black man's opinion can be expressed and respected. It's a Chicago show representing Chicago. Well, representing the South Side and the West Side. Sidebar, BTW, I was raised on Harold's Chicken all day, every day. The Harold's on 79th and Cottage Grove. It was formerly on 79th and Maryland. It was on the southwest corner. That Uncle Remus over here on Central and Madison, that G-Pan, nigga, I will not be going back over to the Harold's on 79th and Cottage anytime soon. Yeah, I said that. I love the no holds barred convo. We are starting to call those saltines out for who and what they are. Calling out the fucktars when they're out of line. I like the fact that we can say pause again. Thank God we can say that again freely. Damn it, man. Thank you. Everyone that's been featured guests on the show, I've found them on social media and followed them. Jamal got a female artist and I cannot find her on social media. Do me a solid and please put her name out there in the atmosphere again. I actually have some tracks that I wanted to submit to Jamal for. Just as soon as I was about to finalize this file and finally be done, somebody said something to Jamal about Carla G. God damn it, that's her. Carla G, found her on IG, got her. Jamal, bro, let me know what I gotta do to submit you some tracks to submit to her. I'm just saying. Also, I'm gonna swoop down on your shop on 79th Street to contribute to your popcorn business. 3640 West 79th Street in Chicago, Illinois to be exact. I'm gonna break some bread with you on a young bag of cheddar cheese. Hopefully I'll be able to build with you as well. I got hold of Nakia's project, wanted to wait till the right time to ask JDI how I could go about submitting tracks for Nakia's remix project. I subscribed to Nick's pod. Nick, his energy is always great, especially when the antifreeze is in the building. Ho, 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 ho. I respect the fact that he stands solid with his point of view, and the show is always that much better when somebody gets that battery in his back charged up. Sidebar! Take, for example, the Friday, July the 28th, 2023 episode titled Your King Ain't Shit. Now, I ain't never really been that impressed as far as Lil Wayne is concerned. I respect his ability as well as his skill set and what he's contributed to the culture of hip hop. But as far as what I've heard in general presentation, no. And then what the brothers pointed out, what they know, what I personally know about Chicago's own, that lyrical beast, Mickey Halsted. But Nick showed me how important Wayne is to the bracket that he's a part of. That bracket that was born between 1980 1987 and 1991. I get it now, he made perfect sense. Great debate between Nick and JDI. It got loud, but what it did not get is personal. This is the perfect definition of how black men are supposed to be able to communicate. And is that be able it does to taxes? If so, damn that I am not going back to H&R Block in January, because I'm gonna pay my mans the next time around. I'm very familiar with the YouTube social media sideline fam that lets it be known when they are up and running on YouTube Live. Ron Lawless, homegirl Jessica that's out southwest, I think, that be pushing up on JDI. Sound guy Mike is always on point as far as the timing of his effects. I used to feel a certain kind of way because the brother ain't mic'd, but if he was to ever get a mic, it would change the entire aesthetic of the show, and that does not need to happen. It forces you to listen. I am invested, you dig. It took me 3 weeks to finish writing copy for this piece while making edits to the copy or the written part, because all of this is scripted. I ain't want to leave nothing to chance. I ain't want to forget shit. So I was writing while recording while editing is what I'm saying. 4 or 5 weeks of editing time, ballpark time frame, took me about 3 months to make this from conception to completion. That's graphics, audio, and video. I took what could have been, maybe should have been, a short video and turned it into a whole damn production is what I'm saying. And I definitely take my time seriously because we don't get that back. Ain't no refunds ever on time. All in all, like I said, it took me about 3 months to get this presentation all together. Might have overkilled it a little bit. Definitely was worth it though. I just had to let it be known to the brothers on the pod that I truly appreciate y'all on a daily basis, because I know that everything don't just start and end on the day of the recording of the podcast. What we do on the daily. I am also a contributing brother of the same creative struggle, or I am a BOSS, a brother of the same struggle, not a BOS. 75th Street Cottage Boy, big old CVLN is what held down Grand Crossing Park. Let's be clear about that, you understand me. Getting back to my point prior is that I'm aware of the work. I'm also aware of the work that ain't even seen. All elements of the team are respected. I am an asset, and God willing, inshallah, I will be allowed to contribute to the Reasonable Ignorance podcast in any way, shape, or form. Please know, final note, off script, I hope that I ain't talking anybody to sleep or bore the hell out of anyone. If so, I apologize. Sorry, not sorry. I truly appreciate y'all brothers' time right about now, as well as on a weekly basis. I look forward to hearing back from one of you at some point to let me know when I can sit and build with y'all brothers. But if I don't, just know I'm gonna still be waiting on my updated podcast feed every Friday morning for my new episode of Reasonable Ignorance. I'm gonna be feeling all kinds of shitty, but I'm still gonna be tuning in. And for the sake of continuity, I'm gonna close this out the way I close out my movie reviews on Behind the Curtain. All right, people, let's put a bow on this one because it is officially a wrap. Please like, share, subscribe, text 10 people to text 10 people, and whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below and let a brother know, and I will holla black in a few ticks. In a minute, people.
Check a bitch background, I'm like a gun supplier. Better bitch back down when I run it by ya. I be gassing on these niggas and they can't deny it. You must be talking virgin coochie if I ain't the tightest. I bling brightest, the golden touch, King Midas. The town people make it law when the queen write it. Yeah, this rapping shit is cool, but it's just fundamental. It's the queen, I got niggas who will come and get you.
Did you hear that? I did that. Cue my drop.
Blacula.
That's it.